Welcome to another comic book review.
Absolutely. Yes, sir.
We start with the spiciness. Zesty.
Yeah, it's mad zesty in here.
Hoppy.
Pouring up another drink. I'm actually effectively day drunk, and I want to fight my co-hosts after I give them a hug.
We did nothing wrong.
After I give them a hug.
Yeah.
Come on.
You want to touch torsos?
No, you got to fight and then hug.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the way.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's you have to come down, and that's
yeah.
the only come. Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone's going to have a
the
blade
good old
now.
uppercut to tummy touch.
Yeah.
Someone's going to be bleeding to death.
Give me a hug. Give me a hug.
Yeah, absolutely. I was gonna curse, but not when we're opening up. So yes, we have some comic books to review for you guys.
We're doing something a little bit new.
Yes.
We're separating the comic book reviews from the regular episode.
Yes, we
you know,
are.
trying a little something.
A little something.
Trying to switch it up. We felt like the comic book reviews were getting buried, and I think we have such good picks by our resident comic book.
We got good
Our
picks.
scholar.
We got good picks and good takes.
And I work hard for you guys. So.
But when you bring in firepower, listen here.
Which, by the way, of the books that we all talked about, it's still going.
Still going?
So who was really
buying it?
wrong?
Who's
really?
buying it? I think he just got money to pay, to publish it and not care.
It's just a passion piece.
He's willing to take the loss.
One of these days, we have to get back into this and,
show them how wrong they are.
Yeah.
So before we get into the reviews and everything, can you introduce us? Just so they're not coming. You know.
We were getting there.
Oh,
All right,
no.
You just-
come down.
Yeah,
man.
You can't-
now you got to edit yourself out.
Yeah.
Nope.
You can't control us, okay? Don't try and wrangle us in. We're out of control.
We are wild stallions.
I am Sumo.
I am Stooge.
I am King.
And I'm Just One, and thank you guys for joining us at our first episode of comic book reviews. We're gonna come up with a catchy name. We're gonna come up with something, but we have some heat today.
Absolutely. I want to start with a bit of comic book news.
Yeah.
This isn't on the docket, but it is pretty much advertised in most Marvel solicitations so far.
Cool.
Ken Lashley and some other big names are making Wolverine and the Predator fight.
I saw that.
Damn.
I'm looking forward to that.
I'm a Predator fan. I've seen every single Predator movie
he's
more than once.
I mean, he's also in the comics. He's fought literally everybody.
And
like
like-
if it,
He'll fight
There's
more.
no way. There's
He'll
no
fight
way.
more.
The Predator is washed. There's no way.
It's actually surprising to me that this is the first time that the
It's
Predator
same.
and Wolverine are going at it.
Right?
If the Predator wins, that's saying Danny Glover would win.
he would not.
Danny Glover would win. And he
I guess
did.
if I Wolverine,
Look,
Yes.
Wolverine. Like
I got you.
Did you ask Whoopi Goldberg?
look. The Predator is the guest coming to Marvel. They're not. The people who own Predator aren't pushing it. It's Marvel. So
Well,
he's not fucking Wolverine's not gonna lose it.
Well,
He would have won anyway.
technically, Disney owns the Predator.
That's right.
You're not. Oh yeah,
Disney
he's a Disney
owns
princess.
Marvel.
I'm sorry. You're right.
So it is a Disney princess fighting a rabid hairy
Disney
man.
princess. They're both Disney
They're
princesses.
both princesses. You're right.
Assumed to be.
Oh my god.
If you wish upon a star.
the thing is, this is gonna be like
Shing, 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 shing,
who
shing.
does Big Daddy Disney love more, Wolverine or Predator?
It's Wolverine.
Who do you think brings in more money?
Exactly.
Listen.
Wolverine.
Yeah, clearly.
Clearly.
All right. If you're going to get him washed by a 90
Eric Foreman.
pound girl,
Hey, Prey was a good movie.
Fight. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a very good movie.
It was a very good movie.
Yeah.
It
I'm
was.
not disputing anything
And
you guys are saying.
It's getting a physical release too. That's how
great.
good it was.
That's fantastic.
I don't like your condescending tone.
Me either.
Good.
Drink more.
Our first comic book on the docket is The Cull. This one was recommended by our man here, Just.
And actually, it was I saw that our friend over at Call It Like I Don't See It podcast.
They
GP,
suggested it. You're right. Yeah.
He put it in his docket, and I ran across it, and I was like, let me give it a quick read. And I actually really, really enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
It is an Image comic, and oh no, I've lost the page. I'm a terrible host.
No, you're
Completely terrible.
But no, it was very like interesting. I like how straight to the point it was and everything. It was weird in the beginning because of how like very like, you know, the opening is very like, oh, this is gonna happen.
It's like boom.
Yeah, this you
Slow
know,
it down.
aliens, and then like we're gonna wait to see if this happens, and that doesn't happen in this book at least.
Not yet.
No, but
I
you
do
know
like
what?
how
It's
they had the character relationships. They really flowed very well together.
Yeah.
And the dialogue really did flow very well together.
Yeah.
This is a cosmic horror from Image Comics, written by Kelly Thompson, and artist was Mattia de Luis. I butchered the fuck out of that, but Mattia has done work for Captain America, and Kelly Thompson is known for Black Cloak and a couple Black Widow, Captain Marvel, a couple of different things.
Yeah, the Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Kelly Thompson.
So this is it looks like a cosmic kind of Lovecraftian horror.
Yeah,
But angsty.
But like with a, it kind of reminds me of that whole like those like teen movies from back in the day when they go on like a road trip, or they're all doing some stuff together and everything and learning something. Like the whole cosmic stuff is just a metaphor for the actual drama, which is like.
Oh, I love this. This is the Breakfast Club with seashells and
giant alien
face suckers.
Yeah, like I love this. Like one thing I really like about it, I don't feel annoyed by any of the teenage characters, which I believe they're teenage.
It's very hard.
Yeah,
very hard to not be annoyed by those.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, so like
kids,
kudos for writing actual like young people that actually sound nice on.
Not only that, are enticing.
Yeah, exactly. Instead of like it's some sort of weird like stereotypical like vision of what people believe teenage kids sound like. Like it's none of that. Like, and none of them trying to push like Zoomer world, like
streamer terms
and shit.
Yeah, this seems like somebody that actually is in touch with like just human beings. And my favorite thing about this book is the way that it tackled filling in the background of the world, making the world grow by just subtle things such as one of the girls having makeup, you know, and a quick thing about her abusive family. Mm-hmm. The main background of the story is the search of a missing boy, but it's not thrown in your face. It's kind of like it's
very subtle.
Yeah, everything that gets thrown in there, the way that everything is layered in together, it's a perfect lasagna of tentacles.
Fair enough.
Yeah, like,
very character driven.
Maybe like since we're doing these like episodes separate, like the story is like these kids are going out at night. Supposedly filming something,
which I thought was actually a really nice touch. Like the way that they were like, we need to get there at this time to get the light. Like I was like, yeah, I've done this, like shooting music videos, like
being late at night and everything. Like, try not to interrupt, like
bullshit. It was really cool touch.
Mm-hmm. And you get to see like everyone's lives and what they're dealing with, and like you said, like we've been saying, everything's subtle. Like you see in the panels the clues of what these kids are dealing with and everything before they head up and meet up with their friend Chloe, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you get different pieces about their life before they enter into the main like meat of the story.
Yeah.
So do we think the whole cast is dying or just
No, yeah,
I don't think anybody's gonna die.
I think everyone
one of the twins will probably die.
We don't need that man. We don't need that man.
But for sure
wait until we see who has the least amount of dialogue in the second issue, then you'll know who's going down.
The only two people surviving are the
lesbians.
The lesbians, yes.
So everyone's surviving?
You're funny. Nah, but I don't know.
Wasn't one of them a guy?
Yeah,
but
Wayne.
But he's a lesbian too.
He's dying. He's the one.
I'm saying he's the guy. He's obviously gonna die. Clearly.
But if you know, if it's always up for discussion, it's the tried and true. The browner you are, the sooner you're going to expire.
Hey.
It's true.
She's in love with a white woman, so it gives her a little bit more.
Ooh, she's
she's in love with a white
protection.
woman. It looks like she might sacrifice herself for the greater white.
It will be at the end, at least. It will be
making
at the
good
end.
points. Both of you are making
good points. I can't dispute any of what I'm hearing,
which makes me want to read this even more.
Oh shit!
But yeah, good issue 1. Honestly.
Yeah.
So many ways to cut an issue 1. I learn every single day. This is, to me, I feel like it's a crime if you don't have some little bit of action in whatever way that it is. But really, you don't need it. You know, you can just put something together. I
think that was what the second page was for. The fast forward to the future. You should be like, look, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah, we're getting somewhere.
We're gonna have some shit go down. Hold on tight.
Hold on.
Stay through this exposition, which really wasn't that terrible. But you're right. Yeah, I felt like it did need a little something. I think to me, it got filled out with the gateway portal part, right? Like them getting to where they're going.
Picked it right back up.
And and realizing that y'all got duped by your friend.
Yeah.
To help her on some bastard. Bullshit.
That was fucked up.
And that's probably one of the ones that's gonna make it too.
Oh shit! Kidding me?
Of course she is.
The story can't move forward without the catalyst.
Yeah.
Unless they do a twist and she dies.
We'll see.
Yeah.
She's looking for her little brother.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she's gotta at least survive for like the next 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on, we caught up with the new Black Panther series. We don't necessarily have to cover 2, or if you guys want to rope it together.
I actually wanted to try something because in one of the other ones that we're reviewing later on, it's number 2.
Yes.
And we reviewed number 1, but I didn't have a chance to read it, so I went back to read number 1 because I didn't want to be lost.
Same.
And then when I got to Black Panther, I was like, I kind of want to try this thing because they say that you want to write a comic book like it's the first comic they've ever read, right?
Right.
So I didn't read number 2. I jumped right into number 3. Let's see what happens.
I think I might start doing that, actually. I think I might start doing that, too, because I don't want... You already know. It's a lot of time. But, jumping back into issue 3 of Black Panther, T'Challa has... presumably now teamed up with our mysterious
Scorpion lady?
Yeah.
She's an owl
lady?
lady, maybe?
From the second issue.
The lady in white.
Bessa, or whatever her name is, something like that.
Yeah.
But they are now teaming up to figure out these crime families in Wakanda and go deeper into how people are just getting by instead of prospering and being rich and whatever.
Yeah.
Cool
society, like
trying to turn Wakanda into Gotham for some reason.
They are really,
they're really trying.
They are taking both hands.
Which I've been hearing like on Comic Talk or whatever the fuck, like comic book version, the comic book side of the internet. People talking about how they hate this. Mm-hmm. They've not been happy with. Well, I understand why they haven't been happy with Black Panther ever since the last Black Panther issue run. But
they're having issues.
Yeah, but this one also because of everything they're showing and the problems that are happening in Wakanda, and is showing more and more of that in this book. Do you guys feel like that's an issue, or like, because in my head I'm like, the only other option we have is to have an absolute perfect society, but that isn't interesting. Mm-hmm. That's my, like, I get that people want that for us. They want that to have a society that's perfect that we can go to, in this fantasy world, and that, but like if you're gonna make that the setting, it can't be absolutely perfect.
And you're 100% right.
Like, that's the problem.
Yeah, I was gonna actually go into that I think in order to have a Black Panther book based in Wakanda, because you can't keep calling him the protector of Wakanda and have him hopping everywhere, just committing war crimes because in foreign
Not
soil.
In Wakanda.
Like at some point he has to do some shit in Wakanda.
Yeah, exactly.
So like you have to develop issues for him to be able to solve in Wakanda.
Guys, he took a phone call from Shuri. She was in Wakanda.
The whole time.
That's practically it. I'm so glad they've moved away from talking about politics at large. That was one of the big drag downs from 1 and 2.
About like the different, like, now we have the council and stuff like that.
Explaining that. And it's still kind of messing with it here, because I think something you were kind of alluding to, and I'm going to take it a step further if you weren't, is that, again, is this really an issue? The problem is that some people don't have enough. Meanwhile, while some people have an overabundance. Mm-hmm. Either way, the first issue clearly described that everyone's literally getting by. Nobody's suffering, but there are still the same crime bosses and whatever that would plague a more capitalistic society, but there isn't really need for it because everybody's literally hasn't what they need. Yeah. So it's like I'm reading it and I'm trying to follow along, but I'm also wondering like, okay, is what's happening an issue, or are we just making some shit happen because we want this to taste like Batman now? Because we can't find anybody like Reginald Hudlin to write characters with some grit and some like real interesting dynamics.
To be fair, like it definitely goes back to like issue 1 when we talked about how like it didn't feel like he needed to be there to begin with.
Yeah, like what is the problem is what I'm trying to get. Like, what is the issue?
I think they just wanted to make a cyberpunk Black Panther book, and they kind of like just, I don't know, they're just putting stuff together and they're trying to follow, like we've been saying, Batman plot points.
Yeah.
Without Batman.
Yeah.
With no Batman gusto, no interesting villains.
Because as you were saying, in this society that they're painting as somebody that people aren't really struggling. When you're a dishwasher and you have both amputated legs and they're robotic, you're doing much better than like 90% of
that means you have healthcare. You don't even have to pay for that shit because he goes to his apartment and everything, and he, like you said, he's just a dishwasher. So he's fine. He's covered.
Like we get it. It was a disguise, which you brought a great point earlier. How are they getting away with?
Listen, hey, I know Wakanda's got some high tech shit, but a holograph is like you have to look at it all the way around because it's a person moving and walking, and it's just some inconsistencies with what I'm being presented. Because
vibrating is a hell of an object, man.
In my head canon, T'Challa's got his legs taped to the back of his thighs, and he's actually walking on.
Walking like a
he could do that shit too. His body's trained. He could literally do that if he wanted to.
His toes are purple when he gets off of the.
I don't want to make it a complete like. It wasn't like. I did enjoy the fight sequences, and if their only goal is to make some cyberpunk like Gotham pretty Black Panther book, nailed it. Yeah. Like it's gorgeous still. Sure. 3 issues later, but I wonder like when I look at great runs like later on, is this gonna hold? A cool costume is one thing, but what made those costumes stick in our subconscious is that they had an amazing story with them.
Yeah, they represent the story they come from.
Yeah, that is a benchmark of an amazing story. Yeah. Like when you see this costume, when you see when you think Superman Red, you think that amazing, iconic like gray outfit with the gloves because it also had a decent story attached to it. So it's like a lot of Black Panther books of late just start to feel like, is this going to be a run? I don't even want to necessarily have to put it up there with the greats, but is it going to be a run that anyone can like remember? Because I just don't. I think we're far away from that.
I mean, they're going to remember the last one. Maybe not for the reasons you want.
I mean, yeah, for sure. They're definitely going to remember it.
My thing is like, I've decided, like I read issue 2 and 3 before I went back and read issue 2 before reading 3 and everything.
Yeah, me too.
And and I'm still trying to get why am I here? What's the point of all this? Like it's story wise, like what is like I guess he's trying to stop some sort of like crime boss, I guess.
He doesn't know who he's stopping.
He doesn't know
at all.
And I don't know. If he doesn't know, I don't know. And the story's like, yeah, we're doing something. I'm like, what are you doing?
He literally can't go home, so he's killing time. That's what this.
He's getting wrapped up in side quests because he can't come back home.
He can't watch Netflix, so he has to do this.
He decided to do this. He decided to come to the city because, like, oh, my father was here. He's named after the city or whatever the fuck.
That's literally his only tie to the city.
It's only tied to
no other tie.
The greatest part of this book was when she goes, "Aren't you supposed to be in exile?" And he goes, "But I'm here."
Oh shit.
Oh my god, you're here. I don't know. Would any of you have preferred him not be here like if he was in exile, that he actually was in exile and was maybe in other parts of Africa instead of Wakanda?
Again, that's the dilemma that we're facing with because you want a Black Panther book in Wakanda. You don't want like if he was doing this, let's say you ship him and he's doing this in Mexico City. What ties does he have to it? Why does it get? We would be in the same questions that we're having right now.
And all he would do would be interacting with hidden Wakandans in Mexico City.
You're right.
And at this point, it's like, yeah, we want to see him interact in his home. Like, everything that he does is outside. And like I said, breaking international treaty laws and doing all kinds of shit that diplomats aren't supposed to be doing. Yeah. So we want to see some home-based stuff. I don't know how you approach that.
Yeah, it just feels like I'm certain there's a sweet spot in here that addresses everything that we want in Wakanda, similar to like the movies, but like not like literally redoing the films.
Yeah.
It's a sweet spot in there somewhere.
Yeah.
But it's like they're not doing it. This current run and the last run before that, it's pretty clear they're not doing it. But I don't know if it's going to end out what.
But Deathlock's here.
Yeah, sure. He's cool. I mean, that's awesome. I just don't know what they're trying to show me. And again, I don't want to necessarily like, I want to have room in my heart for it, but I'm struggling to find out what the pressing issue is because, again, the bad guys are just like greedy people in a society where everyone is literally not struggling. So, again, I'm not really seeing the urgency of the problem. And I want to be here because it's a Black Panther comic. But like it's like he's just waiting for the Avengers to show up. You know how when you got when you play Street Fighter and you're in that little training room and before a new person joins from online, that's like T'Challa's life at this point with everything. It feels like to me.
He's waiting for the next big bad. Like I said, he's wasting time. Because he actually has to do something that matters.
Right. Yeah. And don't bring out Killmonger so soon, guys. Do something like original. And I just want them to get.
It's not like people really know Black Panther's villains. It's okay to make some shit up.
They're trying, but they're trying very slowly.
They tried in not the way that we kind of wish so far. And at least by issue 3.
And I feel like that's a key word. We're in issue 3, and even I is just bouncing in on read issue 2. I didn't see any huge developments from issue 1.
I didn't either, honestly.
Like.
From issue 1 to 2 to now.
Like, all right, now he's talking to her in her apartment. And he didn't know who she was beforehand. Like, it doesn't seem like a huge stretch of, like, continuity to assume that he just found her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I taste what this pot roast is trying to cook, but it still needs a little bit more time in the oven and a couple extra
more
seasonings.
Salt like that pizza?
Yeah. It needs something.
But
I can't quite put my buds on it, but it's out there, man.
Like,
I hope for the best for this, but I'm not sure if I don't know. Like I'm not excited for like I don't know what I want or what's going to happen to issue 4. And I was expecting the fight because they're leading up to some sort of fight between him and Deathlock, and I thought this was going to happen in 3, and it didn't. And I was like, oh.
Which, by the way, who the fuck is Deathlock
Who the fuck knows? I don't know.
To be a title clinch fight with T'Challa.
He's that guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
It literally feels like they're like, we need a black character
that isn't Luke Cage or fucking Black.
we need a black character that's not specifically fully a villain that we can keep and switch him back to a baby face, but we need him to be an antagonist right now. And they like threw shit at the board and Deathlock hit.
Yeah, he's black.
Right?
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's more burnt than black anymore. But.
Yeah. I feel confident shitting on it because we have another comic with a black protagonist and it's absolutely awesome. And I can't wait to talk about it.
Do we though?
But yeah, I think so.
I mean, okay.
Yeah, I do.
Next up,
another from the largely anticipated Image series, Big Game #2. All right.
Oh, I like that cover. I didn't see that cover.
Oh, the back one?
No, this one. Because I don't know. None of these people were. Were these people in the book?
Wait.
The guy, the cape dude, it was. Yeah. Half the other people were.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It's like that thing again where the first issue has some.
I read the book. I read Superior.
Yeah,
I remember that.
Yeah, I read Superior. I know who that is.
So that is that guy. I'm like, that looks familiar. Is that Superior with the alien with the alien parents, the giant aliens?
Yeah.
No, wait. No, I thought Superior was the guy who like he gets powers and then like he Like he magically didn't he like magically get
it's a 9-year-old comic. I don't really necessarily have to relive it, but yeah, it's one of them.
I'm thinking about Irredeemable and Uncorruptible. That's what I'm thinking about.
Yeah,
it's
one of them. Either way, issue 2. How are we feeling about it? I personally feel like they have not missed a step.
Paper Larraz cannot do wrong in my book.
I love watching you read it because it was exactly. I feel like that's exactly what they were going for. Like. There was a lot of exposition, a lot of things that you were, you expect. It's like, I don't know,
come on,
wait, let's get to
give me the.
I don't care, I don't care, whatever. 1986 it was different, whatever. Yeah. But and then they had the switch. And like, oh,
they got to it. they got to it,
and they did not stop afterward. They just boom, boom.
The way these books have been ending, I always wonder what are you doing next?
This true.
You didn't leave too many crumbs behind for me to really have an idea.
Yeah, I mean, they told you they're going. He's going after the little Mexican vampires.
We need to read that. I want to read.
Yeah,
that.
I gotta read.
I gotta read the Nightclub.
You have to read it specifically, and then tell us how it is.
Luchador vampires. What am I doing? What am I doing with my life?
That sounds pretty sick.
Yeah. I mean,
a shooting star bite.
I did love how they in the comments like, get those fucking kids in Mexico.
I love the guest appearances. I loved all the appearances that came up.
Fucking seeing. Should we say it or
crazy? I mean, I guess we can like spoil stuff if we want to. I mean, well,
yeah, it's
just a little bit, just a teeny bit. I'll just say the guest appearances are cool.
Yeah.
I'm not. I don't think I ever read Nemesis, actually. I have not read that.
Yeah, neither have I.
No.
But
he's making a great
case.
Yeah.
He's making a great case in here. Yeah. He did some work. He got to it.
I feel like this is becoming more like Mark Millar's so far. I know this is only issue 2, but it feels like his magnum opus of like putting all his series into one and then making it like streamline and make sense. And it's just, I didn't think it would work so well. I kept forgetting like he has all these other characters and these other worlds and he just kind of smashed them together. And then
it's a lot too.
There's so many and they just work.
And how they drop them in on top of each other.
It's like, fucking Kick-Ass is in the same universe as fucking the Ambassadors. Why not?
Yeah.
I wonder how the Dark Order is going to play into this.
Mm-hmm. I wonder like what's the Kingsman's tie into this at all?
True. Yeah, they're different on the show. Yeah.
But I'm on board. They really wowed me with this issue number 2.
Yes.
It was fun, it was exciting, and I definitely left me with enough intrigue to come back for an issue 3.
He's clearly not putting all his eggs in one basket.
And I will say this, if the fate of the most recent superhero group is permanent, good. Fuck them. I hated that shit.
You didn't hate it.
All right.
It's just
I hated this.
You hated that fucking party favor bag.
Yeah, I hate that.
And then like thinking about the concept make you mad. Like, wait a second.
Yeah, it's like, wait a minute. Nah, that's what it is.
And how the same thing from issue 6 happened.
Like they did not learn anything. They didn't fire their old staff.
Nope.
Because the bots are getting right in.
Their passwords. It's still 8123 ABC.
Yeah, it's identify a bus. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not a robot. Done. I'm in. Give me other powers. Like, what is going on over there?
Light work.
Yeah.
Literally. It's how you beat them twice. It's really weird.
Oh my God. It was great.
But
I wonder what the big payoff is going to be.
I know.
Right.
That's an interesting thing.
That seems to be, if not half the heavy hitters, like a lot of them.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Unless he's going to dig deep and like, no, you thought you forgot about this comic that I made.
Now, actually, when you say that, now I want to go back and like look at his like old
his catalog and everything. Yeah.
What'll pop up?
If the King of Spies doesn't show up, I'll be very upset. Because I loved him, yo. The more I think about it, he would fit right in this.
Fucking shit.
Yeah.
Didn't he die at the end of that book?
Yep.
So.
You know what? You're right. He's the King of Spies.
Bring it back.
Absolutely.
You know what? They just retroactively make it so it was happening during his streak.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I was doing this too.
Yeah. Actually, that was just a comic book that you read, and it really happened. Yeah. I'm totally down for that.
This was 10 years ahead of the time. Before that, I had one last hurrah.
Yeah.
And let me tell you all about it.
Please, Mark Millar, do it.
From Boom, my favorite read this week.
Boom.
I thought they fell off the face of the planet. Vicious Circle #2 finally dropped.
I made a mistake when you were talking about like a black protagonist. I thought you meant Big Gang. I'm like, nah, I'm pretty sure
not him.
Yeah,
with this one.
yeah. But no, you were when you said in the chat that it like really came together in issue 2. I'm like, you were right. It really did,
didn't it?
Yeah,
this is a beautiful book too.
Really, so many things I missed over with the first one. I was just like, what are you trying to show me here? I think I was hyper frustrated because it was like one of the only. No, maybe it's that. Maybe it's because I'm so starved and there are no good comics. It's like finally I have time to like allow myself to enjoy what kind of story this is telling me.
This 50-page fucking novel.
Beautiful,
beautifully done.
But yeah,
beautiful,
and I have to say, for 50 pages, quick read.
That was 50.
Yes.
Yeah. It was
50.
a big one.
Each one with both issues were 50 fucking pages, and I did not it felt like 10. Just boom, boom, boom. Each panel was so quick, and they were very like economists with their words and stuff.
The Kingdom Hearts fucking lines that come on the side.
Yeah,
as he's walking. Shadow.
I just want to know why my buddy growling. I just want to know why he's growling.
Yeah, I really love how this book came together in issue 2. Like it just the concept completely hit me over the head. So I'm on board.
Like, and this story is like constantly developing because you didn't get all the clues in the first issue at all.
Yeah,
like honestly, this could have been like a 2-per, and I feel like they had to split it up because of how much there is.
Right. Shit, there's probably 2 more of these bitches and they're done.
Yeah, exactly. But like, it's about like a guy who gets caught up in a like he's a perfect soldier or whatever.
Yeah, time traveling badass.
Yeah, he becomes a time traveling badass while fighting his counterpart, and every time someone kills somebody, they get scrambled through time at one point.
The cool thing about it is that they're from 2 different timelines.
I know, and the other guy was from another. Yeah,
they're both trying to stop or trying to keep their timeline in my life, which is I found to be a super interesting concept.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, once it landed to me, that's super interesting, especially when like we see some of the repercussions of their events in issue 2
actually matter.
The changes of history really happen. It's looking really, really cool. The more I read about this book, and
like with the paneling and
the art, when I got to the medieval time and they did the zoom in on that knight and his teeth were all fucked up. The detail,
beautiful,
in
man.
the art. And this
when they had that
fucking great. They also have that change of art like halfway through the book too, which I thought was pretty cool too.
When they had that awkward phase and they kept putting CGI inside comic books for some reason. I think this is the perfected version of that.
Yeah, just splash a different style in there and put it right on top.
Exactly.
It's like it's popping out at you anyway. I personally love that page where their super muscular butts are kicking each other's asses. Yeah. Ham for days.
Yeah, and the fucking final collage before the fucking explosion and shit.
The splash page of them shooting each other in the face was
when the thing goes off.
Yeah.
That shit is crazy.
I'm just in love with them being in the 1950s. Like that, like every panel is a fucking poster. Like it's just so detailed, but yet it's stylized so well and it like framed so well that it just feels like a movie. It feels like just a still film with each panel, and I love it.
Do you think this is something Zack Snyder could do?
No,
I think it is.
I think it's something that he needs to.
I think it's something he can attempt.
I think it's something that he could do cinematography for, like he's meant to, but do the direction, like being the director. No.
I mean, I feel like I want to agree with you, but the story hasn't, aside from what they're going to do at the time, I feel like it's not outside.
It's ankle deep.
No, but the thing is, I think Zack Snyder would try to make it more dude bro and more edgy than it should be.
Yeah, true.
That's all I'm worried about. Like his just edits of how the comics and stuff that he says that he's a fan of are. He's like, but this is how I think it should be. Like
he would change one of these lead male characters into a sassy woman.
Mm-hmm.
He might actually play one of them.
He would play the other.
He'd M Night it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why not?
He would play the white guy. I can see him.
I think he would play the black dude, actually.
No, he'll have like a stunt double do him for the longest time until you see his face and do like, it's me. It was Zach the whole time.
He hits with the Manning.
So yeah.
And we're back.
We are back.
We had some technical difficulties.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Fucking chords.
But the show must go on.
Yes.
Indeed.
So, to wrap it up, Vicious Circle's amazing. It's good. And I can't wait to see what they do. It looks like it's going to end in 3. But I could be wrong.
3?
Mm.
Yeah, I feel like either 3 or either in another 2 or just 1.
Yeah.
Because this one took forever to come out.
Like forever, almost half a year.
Well, you can look at it and see why it took so long.
No, I understand. It's just that I don't think that
Yeah, we're gonna go in well into next year before we get issue 4 of this. I promise.
Yeah.
exactly.
Not mad at it though. You make these pages as beautiful as you possibly can.
Yeah, please keep doing what you're doing.
The detail on the teeth of some of the characters in these pages are literally incredible.
I look at my teeth. I'm like, they're not that detailed. What the fuck?
Right.
It's like RTX is not on.
You don't have gingivitis.
You're not. You're right. You're right. The more detail your teeth get, the more.
Gingivitis.
Yeah. Really, really, really decent read.
Yeah.
Crazy. I didn't catch on the first time, but I'm here now. What's next? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
With that being said, guys, I think that's it for our comic book reviews.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you did it first.
That's right. First solo comic book review. That's right. Look at us standing
Fuck
on our
yeah.
own.
Light work.
Light work.
Look, we have some problems, but we got through it.
Right.
We figured it out.
Right.
Some of us are still going through it.
Literally.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. See.
I just wanted you to, see the difference between Clarence before we stopped and after.
Yeah.
He's got a
That's
hood
a
on.
hoodie.
That's
Got
it.
hood on his picking.
The pick is in the head. I'm done.
The pick was there the whole time.
He's like, put the pick in me. I'm done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pick tender.
Pick 10.
You can follow me at Sumo on Instagram and Twitter.
You can follow me at Stooge Prime on Twitter.
You can find me at King Creates X, all K's no C's, on TikTok.
And you can find me as Just_Uno on Instagram and X.
Stop it. Follow us at Thirsty Nerds everywhere. Did you guys read these comics? Did you see the vision for Vicious Circle before we did? Did you like Black Panther? Do you see where it's going? I don't. What do you think about these comics?
Yeah. Tell us in the comments below, let us know.
Peace.
All right, see, peace out.
Later.
Later.